This is episode 4 of The Impact of COVID-19. I'm still your host, Eric, and we're talking about fitness. Now, of course, with COVID-19 happening, all the gyms closed, and where I'm at, all the gyms just opened, and they closed in March 2020, and they just opened in July 2021, so that's kind of sad. A lot of people gained weight during COVID because, of course, you're sitting around doing nothing, you're locked inside, so what do? You just watch shows and sit around and eat food. That's exactly what I did. So now the mental health has been taken away. It's been damaged. The social situations are done, also been damaged. Now you're left without a job. So what happens? You don't work out. You're not going to get physical. Instead, you're going to sit around and do absolutely nothing. And that was me. I mean, honestly, I'm not a twig, but I have a skinny average body. I work out. Nowadays, I work out every single day. But when COVID hit, I really got in this pit of laziness because I didn't have a job because of COVID. I wasn't in school because of COVID, and I just got really lazy. So I was 180 pounds when COVID started, maybe even lighter than that. And by the time I think March hit, March 2021, I got up to 210 pounds. I had a pretty serious gut going on. I couldn't even jog across the street. I literally would jog across the street like at a light, to go out, and I would be out of breath. I was eating Doritos. I was eating a whole pizza like every night. I was eating like chocolate and just all this terrible stuff for you. And one day I was in the car and I was driving and I had my seatbelt on and I felt it really pressing up against my gut. And then I was wearing this button-up shirt, and I felt like the buttons sort of like really tight, like it was almost pressing against my stomach, and like it was almost like the buttons were about to like snap off. I was like, I'm like, this shirt's too small. Like maybe it shrunk or something like that. And making these excuses you make when you're, when you start to gain some weight. So I went home, I took off the shirt, and my gut just, it plopped out. It plopped out like a slinky. It was just like, and I'd never noticed it before. I'd always kind of been ignorant to it. And that was the day in like March 2021, I noticed like, oh my goodness, I have gained a ton of weight. I'm fat now, And it was rough, man. It really hurt my self-esteem. It's something I had never struggled with before. I'd always been comfortable with my weight. I'd always been a pretty good weight, but that was a really difficult time. So when I noticed this, I didn't know what to do because I wanted to work out, but there was no gyms. I didn't have any endurance left. Like, as I told you, jogging across the street was getting me out of breath. So I literally had to take it day by day. Like, I literally had to go for runs, but they weren't like these 5K runs that you hear about people do. I was doing like a street, and I couldn't even do a whole street. I could run like half the street, a quarter of the street, and that was it. And I was out of breath, and I would try to push myself and do more. And every day I just did a little more. I know that's corny, but when I say a little more, by the way, because people make a little more sound like a lot. They make it sound like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do 10 more reps. The next day I'm going to do 20 more reps. When I say I did a little bit more every day, I literally took 2 extra steps when I was running. It wasn't anything like huge. It was just a little bit more every day. That was my mentality, a little bit more every day. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It was insanely difficult to get off all that food. Like, from going to eating pizzas every day and Doritos and Twix bites to eating like salad and salmon, and this low carb diet was insanely difficult in the beginning. I couldn't even stick to it. I would cheat on the diet all the time. And I noticed my weight would never go down. I'd be at like 209, 208, then back up to 209. And it wasn't until I got really serious and then I started incorporating not just running, but abs. And then I started working out my arms. I started working, I just started working everything out. And I took the diet so serious, probably in like April or May of 2021. I took this diet so serious, and then I started to notice progress. And today in August 2021, I am down from 210 pounds to 177 pounds, which is a lot of weight. I feel better physically. I feel better mentally. I look a lot better. I don't have that huge gut anymore. I actually see my abs again, which is great. And yeah, that's kind of my journey with it. And I think had COVID, because I was going to the gym pretty frequently before COVID. I gained a bit of weight before COVID, but nothing crazy. Like I maybe got up to 182, but never in the 200s. So that was a weird and bad point in my life, because I was really insecure during that time. I pulled through, and I think about a lot of other people who have gained weight. I saw a lot of people who used to be pretty skinny that now have these huge guts, and I don't laugh at them. I don't shame them because I was that guy too. A lot of people gained weight. It's unfortunate, and now that gyms are open back up, people don't want to go back to the gym. People who once worked out really hard and worked out every day don't want to go back to the gym because they're just so accustomed to that lifestyle of doing absolutely nothing. Now I know there's still some places in the world, unfortunately, that have their gyms closed and have a lot of stuff closed, and the mentality when the gym's closed is, okay, well, I can't work out because the gym's closed. Even if I wanted to buy a membership, I can't because the gym's closed. That's the mentality. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was that person too. I had that same mentality, but I don't even have a gym membership right now to any gym, and I'm in the best shape of my life, and I've made tremendous progress. You just have to get a schedule going. And a mistake a lot of people make when they first work out is they think they have to put in 3 hours on their first day. Honestly, only put in like 15 minutes on your first day, because you have to get your body comfortable being physical again if you haven't done it in a while, right? So don't put in too much time in the beginning. You can put in a lot of time the rest of your life, right? So why start at 3 hours a workout? I seriously know some people who their first day back at the gym, they literally spent 3 hours there, and then within the first week they didn't even go back because they didn't want to go back. Of course you don't want to go back because you think it's going to be that grueling every day. Your body's going to feel like a shock if you're working out that hard after not working out that long. So you have to start small. Sorry to give that fitness advice just very randomly. But my whole point is you definitely can work out without a gym membership. Running is free. All you got to do is put on your shoes, get some shorts, go running. You can actually get a yoga mat from Walmart or any sort of store like that, Amazon, Costco, for like $10, and you can just do crunches, and you can do sit-ups, mountain climbers. I personally even went out and bought some dumbbells just for curling. You can get gym machines too for like $100-$200. I have a multi one in my basement. It's like a lat pull down machine, and it's got a couple other features on it and stuff like that. So there definitely is ways to work out at home. And I'm not someone who's a huge fitness guru or anything like that. I'm just a guy who got pretty fat and lost a lot of weight just by his own schedule. So it costs these gyms to close. I know at least 8 gyms in my area that close. 8 different gyms in my general area that closed due to COVID, and probably more. I know there's gyms that are hurting financially. They have to be when you close for that long without and it's not like stores like we talked about in episode 2 where they can do an online market and okay, I can just sell my stuff online. Like, you have to offer the service in person. So if you can't do that, there's no gym. There's no earning. There's nothing. That's really all I have to say about fitness. I just feel awful that businesses in general had to close so long, but especially for gyms or anyone who's offering a service, because they have literally lost for like a year and they don't get a recovery benefit or a sickness benefit like some people do, like I do. They just have to fend for themselves and hope that they can make back what they've lost. And that sucks. And here's the thing. You have people who already don't want to work out, who already don't want to go back to the gym. You can't charge a full membership price. You have to do some super /savers deal where it'll draw people to come back to the gym. It's a really tough circumstance for everyone involved. Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 4. So yeah, in the next episode, we're going to be covering loss. Thank you guys for listening. Bye.